Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are tonight gonna be playing some Well, there we go. I already said Rimworld. Going medieval. Now, what is this game? Well, as my lapses linguist revealed, essentially it is medieval Rimworld. I mean, really, it has slightly better graphics than Rimworld. Actually has significantly better graphics, but gameplay wise it's almost the same game. That doesn't mean it's not a great game. It is. It's currently in early access, and this is essentially going to be another distraction stream, as we are going to be only playing it for today, and we're gonna be playing the full release, hopefully, of Shipbreaker next week, when it's released in out of early access and in the full release. So that's the plan. Things can happen, so we'll see. But the plan is Shipbreaker. But tonight we don't think about Shipbreaker. Tonight we think about going medieval. Now, I'm going to leave the music as is for now, because I kind of enjoy it, but it also might get repetitive, so if need be, I will turn it off. Okay, I'm just checking if all of my settings are as they should be. So let's jump in a new game. You get three types of game: a standard game, peaceful, and survival. So the differences are, this is like creative mode. Well, I say that, but not really. You still have to get resources, but there won't be any attacks. Standard is an even cross between, even split between the raids and just taking care of your settlement, and survival is just escalating more and more in terms of enemy raids. We're gonna play standard because it's a good representation of the game and because what I actually prefer. We're gonna go with a new life. Again, this is much like Rimworld. You have a new life, which is a standard start with 3 settlers. You have a lone wolf, which is a standard start with 1 settler, and a custom game. So again, much like Rimworld, we are gonna go with a new life with 3 settlers, and then we gonna select our starting point. So you always get a randomly generated map and 3 types of map that you can start off. You can start on a valley, it's kind of the easiest, hillside, which is kind of a cross between, and a mountain, which it is supposed to be the most difficult because of how terrain it looks like, but it makes defending a lot easier because it's easier to wall off approaches. I'm gonna put this on a large map because I always play on large maps, and we're gonna randomize a heraldry because I don't feel like picking individual. You can actually go nuts with this. There's plenty of options. But at this point, it's kind of gives me an English feel. We're gonna go with that. And how are we gonna call our settlement? All in the road. There we go. All in the road. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Again, just like if you're familiar with Rimworld, same thing. You have skills that you can level up over time. You have specialties, and you can generate your first settlers yourself. One thing that's again, much like it is in Rimworld, is there are perks. So each settler can have perks. I did not see that these are much of an influence on gameplay that is. So most of which so essentially what these perks do is they make people better or worse in certain aspects, as you would, but also they are also character flaws or character benefits that make them cooperate better with certain individuals and then cooperate less with certain of you can see there it conflicts with the whirlwind and the fleet-footed. So there are plenty of them, but I haven't really noticed thus far that they make much of a difference on the actual gameplay. I mean, they do have some benefits, especially combat-wise. Nothing specific. Now, the only thing that I want to make sure is that I have at least one capable marksman. Means at least one person who is marksman over 10 or 10 or above. Now, this person is mining, very good at mining, and she likes culinary, but she's bad at it. So this person is a very good intellectually, so I think I'm gonna keep this guy as a researcher. This person is also an intellectual and is good at mining and tailoring. Construction is good, so I'm gonna leave. So Olde will be randomized. Reroll. I want one good marksman. Give me one good marksman. Now, there we go, marksman 17, and you got some other assorted skills as well. So Elena, you are going to be with us. Now she's age of 55, that's kind of bad. So there is age in this game, although all middle-aged. Well, why that matters? Well, people die of old age in this game. I think they die around 80 years old. Actually, no, it's not specifically 80. You can actually influence that depending on how well or bad life they lead. I'll show you that later. Okay, so this is just reviewing everything, and let's jump into the game. I think I'm gonna have to increase the sound a bit, because it seems to me that the sound is a bit low. I did leave it on low audio because when I play this on my own, I usually listen to other things. So you get a kind of a story for the people. It's like, this is always the same. There is no difference in this flavor text. It's just the only changes are what year it is and what the names are. Yeah, but audio. Okay. Where's the music? Okay, so again, like in Rimworld, everything is forbidden for them to use at the moment, so I'm gonna give them... There's the music. So it is very medieval, which is why I was saying that I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it. I am going to for now, but might change my mind later on. Just make sure that it's... Okay, so I'm gonna immediately go into planning mode and see what I have around me and where I'm gonna start building, because I'm not gonna build a settlement. I'm gonna start building it like I was gonna build a castle right from the get-go, because having a single entity to defend is a lot easier than having multiple structures. There's more stuff here to give them access to. Also, let's see, who was the marksman 17? So I want you to actually use the longbow. You have passion for marksmanship, so you could take the short bow, and you are bad at melee, but you're gonna be taking the steel short sword. There we go. Okay. Now, before we proceed, I'm gonna manage a few things. So you are allowed all headgear. All apparel, all armor you find, I don't mind, just wear it. Schedule I'm gonna leave alone for now. Now, priorities. Who was the highest? Ah, okay, so let's see. Sylvester is intellectual, so we want you to do research whenever you can. The other two I'm gonna leave alone for now because there's only 3 of them, so I would rather them not moving along all over the place. Okay, so let's make a couple of zones. Default stockpile, and we're gonna make it nice and neat of 10 by 10. Then I'm gonna take the warfare dumping stockpile here again, 10 by 10. It's not necessary to be that large, but I just like making it look large. Blah blah blah, I can't speak. Then we're gonna take some wooden flooring and we are gonna no. Actually, that's the way I did it last time and I didn't like it. Okay, deconstruct. No. Is it this one? Stockpiles don't work the same way, I forgot. Stockpiles work a bit different. Okay, so last time I just did it one next to each other and that was fine, but this time I'm actually gonna place a corridor in between so that they're all just an enclosed building with corridors between them. Which means I have to put these dumping stockpile a bit for so wall to wall. There we go. I like to plan ahead, so this is how I'm gonna be doing it, and then we put a regular wooden floor. Again, wall to wall there. Gonna be our beginning. I'm gonna tell them to cut down these trees and to harvest these resources. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that. They're gonna take their sweet time to do this. I'm gonna start. Hello there, Galaxy. Nice to see you there. Gonna make their beds right away, and of course, as always, I usually play this on highest speed, so this will not be any different. Like I said, this game is just like medieval Rimworld, including construction failed, so if they're not very good at a task, they can fail it, and they will waste resources doing so. Oh yeah, there is one thing that they want. They all need to be tenders on 1. Having a good day, Galaxy? Oh, that is forbidden for some reason, don't know why. Okay, for starters, we're gonna work with wood. How similar? This game is like a medieval Rimworld, that's how similar. It's just the only difference, the only notable difference is that it's 3D. Gameplay-wise, it's almost the same. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. On both of those, yes, you can. Some of the things are not working correctly. For example, you can't imprison people yet, but those things will be coming in future updates, according to the developer. If I didn't misread something. Okay, so now I don't have ability to do research yet, and I'm gonna need to do research in order to make... Actually, I don't need to do research to make the first... Okay, so we need to do a few things here. Clay brazier, which will provide some heat, but that's of less importance. What we need, of course, is, well, leisure. So I'm gonna make a backgammon table. And they need somewhere to cook. So campfire. Of course, all of these I'll be dividing into individual rooms later, but right now this is what it is. Oh. That part takes a lot of time to develop, and you can't do it reliably early on because there's not enough people. The first raid doesn't show up until, I think, autumn? Well, depends on the RNG as well. But yeah, you can butcher people. You can butcher people and eat them, and that will cause a negative buff. Just like in Rimworld, if you eat people, your settlers will become unhappy. There is a butchering table, literally. Okay, so they have a bed to sleep in, but they will need a lot more. So some doors. Now, I am not actually gonna give them a proper roof in the truest sense of the word. Oh, I need to start planting food, like right now. If I can I plant food already? I cannot. Yeah, I need to make that research table. Right now I can just collect mushrooms and stuff. Oh, this is not allowed. Okay, I'm gonna line up until you have 20 food. I don't have a designated cook yet, nor a designated farmer. That's all good. So, why am I not making a proper roof? Well, it's easier to defend if you have archers on high places, so I'm gonna make this into essentially like a tower. The amount of wood you need for it is pretty much the same, so... Yeah, it says the food stockpiles are low. I'm painfully aware of that. We're gonna get some food as soon as you make that research table, which is done. Perfect. Products. Amount until you have 35. Perfect. Research. Architecture. And then I need agriculture. So research boy, start researching. Excellent. I can make the wooden beam. There is physics in this game, so again, I'm gonna bringing this comparison up all the time. Like in Rimworld, if you don't bring supports, your roofs are going to collapse. Oh, they do, I just didn't build it yet. So also you can scroll down layers. So I can go lower or higher. I just didn't build the roof yet. I'm going to, but I didn't do it yet. Okie dokie. Agriculture, perfect. Hello Vic, you didn't miss much, I just started a moment ago. Okay, so now I can actually plant food. Now, I don't know what seeds I have. I have 3 flax seeds. I have red currant. Well, we're gonna plant some red currant. Should be enough. There's clay here. Okay, that's not gonna be good for farming then. Just gonna make this as big of a field I can then. Okay, so that and cabbage. I don't think I have any cabbages with me right now, but I might later, so I'm gonna set up a field for it. Oh yeah, Galaxy, you can build floors on top of each other. You can literally build castles here, and I usually do. Go. So it's hard to see, so I'm gonna lower it by one layer. Okay, so we do have red currant because we've been picking it up, but it doesn't seem like we have any cabbages. Wasn't there? I have cabbages here. Did I get any seeds from that? Also, why is this not on the pile? Did I make two? No, this is a default stockpile, so you should have that allowed. And you can see now they're making the second floor. That's gonna be our defense floor until I actually start constructing everything else and move on to stone. Yeah, there are kind of mountains, so not sure if there's gonna be any on this map because it's a meadow map, but they look like this, they just go higher. But this is a meadow map, so it's just essentially flat and doesn't have much in terms of curvature. Like also like in Rimworld, the start is really slow because of only having 3 people that have to do all the tasks essentially. But I think I'm going to tell one person to be the farmer. Well, you like cutting plants, harvesting and growing, so how about you do that? You're the researcher and you are gonna be unassigned for now. You do just everything else. Well, it is technically possible to build the mountains because you can construct walls of various types, and the limestone wall is essentially just a stone pillar. So if you were so inclined, you could build a mountain, yeah. It would take ages, but yeah, you could do it. Okay, so what do I want from here? Furniture. I'm gonna need furniture for the bookshelves, but I want to move on to stone block cutting as soon as possible as well. Furniture first, just so I can have it ready. Right now I'm waiting for a survivor or for a raid. Oh Vic, exhausted from the work on the census or something else? Okay, so now we have merlons, which are those teeth-like structures on the edges of castle walls. I'm gonna put those here because they are not decoration. That little shield icon you can see on one side designate that blocks attacks from that side, so it gives this small wall isn't just decorative, it actually gives you cover for anybody who's standing there, and I want cover for my archers. Now, I did allow all of this to be put on the stockpile, but nobody has done it. So that's gonna be rotting. They're just eating there for some reason. Well, the only thing I can advise you in that regard is that you should get a vacation, I suppose. Okay, so we are good now. We are planting food. It's great. So Elena is designated food grower and harvester. We have a shelter. We have basic research being done. Now I'm just gonna wait to be attacked. Also, I do need actual wood to complete that construction up top, so you can cut these trees down. Vic, if you're feeling it, do it. Your health is not worth to sacrifice for work. Galaxy, ask any questions you have. I will be happy to give you answers. I've been playing this a lot. I'll be honest, part of me likes this game a bit more than Rimworld, and I have sunk dozens and dozens of hours in Rimworld. This game seems to be, well, it's still in early access, but it seems to be more peaceful, which is weird because it's actually more violent, even though you have more limited weaponry. Yeah, Vic, I know what you mean. My work ethic is the same. I sacrifice too much of myself for work and I shouldn't. Okay, Elena. Oh, lone traveler. Okay, so this is just a merchant. I'm not gonna be... I don't really do trading in this game. I don't find it necessary. In Rimworld, I found that trading is necessary sometimes for getting some of the more rarer stuff. Here, not so much. Also, because this is left in the rain, this will all go to waste sooner. Also, notice that the stairs are getting wet where they're exposed to the rain. The attention to detail in this game is actually marvelous. Okay, so Venild or Venild, or I have no idea how to pronounce her name, is cooking, which is great. You're actually putting stuff on the stockpile, which is great. So this is as much seeds as we have. I'm hoping that there's no hail. I'm hoping that there is a survivor event soon so I can get another colonist. I'm going to need at least one more colonist in order to have somebody cut stone all the time, because I want to switch from wood to stone as soon as possible, because, well, stability is one thing, but stone has better thermal insulation. It's also sturdier, so it's harder to get through. And because some of the raids will include enemies bringing in trebuchets and catapults, you do want to have stone construction as soon as possible. All of those, so Galaxy, all of those, there are weather effects. We just had rain a moment ago. Rain is essentially just makes everything wet, and if it's food left outside, it'll rot faster. It'll also decrease the durability of items left outside of covered stockpiles. There is hail, there is snow, there is storms, there is lightning storms. There's also wind, there's a blizzard. Blizzard is especially dangerous during the winter, because your guys can literally be frozen outside.